Hello and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be very important for the people who are planning to come to Vietnam in the nearby future, and I'll be covering almost all the points which are definitely needed for your next itinerary to this beautiful country here in Southeast Asia. So I have got a few questions actually sent by some of my friends, which I'll be answering on this video, and stick to the end of this video because I will be also giving some pro tips on your next trip to Vietnam, which actually will make your budget much more cheaper than what you have planned. And if you like the content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. So first thing first, a person asked me which trip to choose from if there is an option between Ninh Binh and Halong Bay. Well, according to me, both the trips are very beautiful and both has a very different side of Hanoi actually. Both will actually give you very different vibes. Halong Bay is definitely the star attraction here, but Ninh Binh is no less. If you tell me to select, I will definitely go for Ninh Binh instead of Halong Bay. Or actually I've done both. I have uploaded that video, those videos actually in the Vietnam series only. You can check them out and decide which one to choose from. But according to me, we got some beautiful cycle riding. The weather was also quite good, and most importantly, what I would like to say, the food buffet which we got at Ninh Binh was much more better than what we got at Halong Bay. This is something which you should keep a note on, because at Ninh Binh there was a lot of food to choose from and it was an unlimited package. And at Halong Bay, the one we chose, maybe the package we chose was actually limited to some, like we had a table of 6 people and they were serving food on a single plate and we had to share that single plate into 6 parts. So that was very complicated, and that I feel like it's not worth it actually, because I paid around $35 US for the package, and there were some foreigners who were nearby. They paid for the same package, they paid almost around $60. So this discrimination is very bad. They should be getting more and we should also be getting more actually, because the package is quite costly affair, because the Ninh Binh package is less, almost it's like $27 to $30. And food wise, definitely Ninh Binh goes first. So this I feel is obviously your choice, but if you have to decide between anyone, I would say go for Ninh Binh, because that has a very different vibe altogether. So the next question was, how are the people in Vietnam? Well, I have been to so many countries here in Southeast Asia, but I have never seen better people than what I have seen here in this country. These people in Vietnam are not only beautiful, but they are very helpful. They will help you in everything possible. They will give their all to just help you guys. So be good with them and they will be the best friends for you, that I can assure. Vietnamese people are very good and the way they behave is like out of the world. But there is a very big problem here, which is the language barrier. So you always need to have a translator for converting your language into Vietnamese, because they don't know English. Actually 90% of the people here doesn't know proper English, and the ones who knows, they are also not so much familiar with the language. So translator is a must when you are traveling here in Vietnam. Another thing which I would like to tell you is that this place, I have been here for almost 8 days, and I have started off from Hanoi, went to Da Nang, then Hoi An and then Saigon. I don't know, like maybe I have not seen, or maybe this is the normal thing here, that there is like there is no need of having any police, no traffic police and no nothing actually. I haven't seen a police here yet, because the people are so disciplined here. The roads are clean and people maintain their lanes, they don't break signals. So there is no need of having a traffic police or any such police on the road, which I felt was such a beautiful thing to watch. We have not seen in this in our country, but this is something which is like a big difference what you will be getting in India and in Vietnam. And also, by the way, just like all other Southeast Asian countries, they won't honk you from behind. Horns are used only for emergency purposes. If there is going to be an accident occurring, then they will honk you, else they won't actually. This I have also seen in Malaysia, Singapore and in Thailand, and it is the same here in Vietnam also. Another major thing which needs to be talked about is the visa issue. Well, there has been a lot of questions on people coming up on maybe on 10th of January, but the visa is actually getting issued from 11th. Will they be allowed in the flights? Will they be allowed to board at the flights? Well, yes, they will be, because I have seen this exact same problem here with 3 of my friends who are traveling, and I've made a dedicated video on this. You can always check it out. It's in the Vietnam series only, where I have explained you what the things happen with live example. So this video has been made for the people who have the same problem like my friends had. So do watch that video, because I haven't seen any YouTubers making such videos till date on Vietnam. So hopefully that will help you. So the next question was, which are the tours that must be included on your package in Vietnam? Well, first thing first, I would say it's everything here is actually beautiful. All the trips, all the tours that we took are very beautiful. I hope you have seen all the videos. If you haven't, you can always check it out. But if you have to decide on just a few tours, if you have some short time interval to come in this particular country, then some of the tours that must be taken are the Bana Hills tour, the Halong Bay tour and the Ninh Bình tour. These are the must, what I would say. And for Bana Hills, there are a lot of questions on where to get the ticket from, what are the prices. I have all given it on my Bana Hills video. You can check that out. It's in the Da Nang series. And something which I will definitely recommend you all is that please do go for the buffet option, the buffet lunch option, because they are going to provide you more than 100 Asian and European food dishes, which is like one of the best I have ever had in my entire life. The quality of food is very good, and they are actually not taking much for the food, so that should be actually added on in the list. But remember this, that the buffet is open from 11 AM in the morning till 3 PM only, so you have to be there within that period of time, and they are very strict on timings. So keep this thing in mind. And another important thing for Bana Hills would be always keep an umbrella and jacket, because the weather is very uncertain there. It's sunny at a moment, and within 5 to 6 minutes it gets cloudy and it starts to rain. I have felt the same, and I've showed you in my video in Bana Hills only the experience we had. So definitely keep a jacket or an umbrella with you. The temperature at Da Nang and the temperature up there at the Bana Hills is totally different. So keep this thing in mind when you are visiting the Bana Hills. The next thing which I'll be talking about is the checking here at the domestic airports at Da Nang and also at Ho Chi Minh City. You will have to open your jackets and your shoes during the checking process. This is actually very common in a lot of countries and in a lot of airports, but this I felt that you should also know, because you might be carrying a lot of jacket or wearing lot of jackets along with beautiful shoes, but everything you have to open. So keep this thing in mind and carry less or wear less during that period of time, just to save some time and also energy. So So there were a lot of times where the Vietnamese people helped me here in this country. There are some instances where I actually exchanged dollars from them and they gave me much more better rates than what I was getting at the money exchange counters. Along with that, not only the tours were beautiful, but some of them acted as guides also to help us out finding places and getting more information about the place. So the people here, as I've already told you, are exceptional, and please be nice to them because they are one of the happiest people and always smiling people I've ever seen in the entire world. The next question which I got was, should I go for Hoi An or should I go for Hue? Well, I have done research on both the places and I have visited Hoi An myself. You can always check that out in the video series of Hoi An. It was an exceptional experience there. My personal opinion would be go for Hoi An if you have to choose from one. Hue is also a beautiful place where they have preserved a lot of history. Both are old capitals of the country and both have a lot of historical significance. But Hoi An is something which I felt was something the country should cherish about, because that is a unique experience we had. All those lanterns, all those Vietnamese lanterns and candles on the river in the evening was a beauty to watch. So do go for Hoi An if you have to choose from between Hoi An and Hue. You can always take a day trip from Da Nang. It will take you almost around 30-40 minutes time to reach, and when you are going to Hoi An, don't miss the coconut forest boat ride, which I have done a dedicated video on inside the Hoi An series. You will love it actually. And if you have to choose between the Mekong Delta tour and the coconut forest tour, I have already told you, go for the coconut forest tour, because the water there is much more cleaner and it's not that busy as what you will be experiencing at the Mekong Delta tour. The Mekong Delta tour, in the Mekong Delta tour, the boat rides gets very crowded and it takes a lot of time to pass actually, but it's not the same there at the coconut forest. So do check that video. It's in the Hoi An series. You will love it and you can choose which one you want. Well, there has been a lot of question regarding the domestic airlines here in this country. Vietnam Airlines, Vietjet Airlines and Bamboo Airways are the major operating domestic airlines here. Well, as far as you have seen it in my series only, I have had a problem with Vietjet Airways where the flight was delayed for more than 2 hours. This is very common here in this country, so always do the web checking first before coming to the airport. At least a day before, you have 24 hours in time to do that. And the big problem here you will be facing is that if we are going for Vietjet also, just like we did, the language is very different there. They have to put the registration code and all. It's very tough to actually understand. That is the only reason why I couldn't do the web checking, and I faced the same problem. I faced the problem of waiting for 2 hours and more. So I would definitely recommend that talk to a local and tell them about the give them the booking details. They will do the PNR number checking for you, and that will be much more smooth and convenient for you on your trip to Vietnam. Regarding the cost of the tour, I have already mentioned in all my videos the cost of all the tours which I took in this particular country. I never go with tours and travel agents normally. I do my research on and then book from the local operators here, so that they also earn some money and I also get a very good budget, a cheaper budget after negotiation. So this is what you also should do. I'm not telling that don't go with the travel agents. You can definitely go if you don't want to take that headache, but traveling alone, doing a research on any country has a very different vibe than going with a travel agent. So do check all the videos to get the best on what the tour budget was. I have dedicatedly made separate videos actually on those trips. You can always check it out. It's in the Vietnam series only. The next question here was what currency should we carry here in this country. Dollar and euros are actually accepted here along with the Vietnamese dong easily, but it's good that you carry dollar because you will be getting good rates here. If you are a student, you can just tell them, they will give you much more better rates, that I can assure you. I have seen this thing happening here at some money exchange. You just need to have a student ID proof, and don't carry Indian money because the exchange rate is very poor. And all other currencies, I would say carry US dollars, and if you're not having that, go for euros or Vietnamese dong. And one thing that you should keep in mind, that the notes here are of 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs and more and less. Almost it starts from around 1000, the Vietnamese dong. So it's tough to actually keep the calculations done properly. Take your time, be patient, and I'm sure that you are going to keep the calculations on a proper note. And the Vietnamese people here will also help you in calculating the money for you if you are having any problem, whether it's a taxi driver, whether it's a tour agent, or whether it's your hotel. They will help you, and I can promise you this, they won't cheat on anything while taking money from you. Well, the next question was, where are the places you should stay in this country while traveling? Well, if you are in Hanoi, then I would suggest go for old quarters, for budget hotels and hostels. And the next one in the line will be the French quarters, because these are the two popular places where the backpackers and the travelers stay. In Da Nang, there are a lot of places to choose from. You can stay near the Dragon Bridge also. You can stay where I have stayed, near the Mai Khi beach or the Mai An beach. Those are exceptional places to stay actually. The vibe there is like out of the world. On Hoi An, you need to stay near the riverside, because that is the place from where you will be actually getting the feel of the entire country. And also the Japanese bridge is nearby. And when you are going at Ho Chi Minh, the Buen Vien walking street is the place where you can stay for budget accommodations, hotels, and that is the place where the backpackers stay and party. Well, regarding the food, the Vietnamese food are not that tasty. If you are an Indian, you will definitely start searching for Indian hotels, which are very common here in this country. You will get a lot of Indian hotels nearby. But the prices here will be very different from what you will be getting in the country, because the prices here are much more higher. You can also try out the Thai foods here, which is very beautiful. And instead of 7-Eleven, there are Win Marts and various other marts like Circle K is also there, where you can go and buy groceries from, and along with breads, butter and other things. So these are the things I feel you should know before coming to this country, because food is something which is very much needed on your trip to any country. So that's it for the video. I hope you all loved the content. If you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you have any more questions, you can definitely ask me in the comment section below. I will answer each and everyone's message. So see you all again in a very different country. Till then, bye bye, take care. And if you haven't watched the videos in the series, do check them out. You will definitely love it. See you all.